I decided to put together another fridge slide, similar to the one I already have, and I had some scrap wood around. You can see some here, and I've already gotten to the point where I've cut the wood out. You can see it's not even the same, they're not identical pieces. They're just all scrap wood, so my cost is really pretty low. So basically, I just measured the fridge, decided how tall to make it, and then the sides, the length of them is going to be exactly the same length as my actual slides that I'm using, the roller slides. And I decided this time I'm going to make it more custom fit to the size of my fridge, and kind of free up some space and some weight in the cab there. The other one was kind of made to be a little bit more generic in case I had a different, larger fridge, because at one point I kind of was leaning that way. And this one I'm just going to make it more custom and a little bit smaller. I'm also eliminating my last fridge slide. I had another roller table that came out from below the fridge slide to make a table to work on. And because of the big tailgate on the F-150, I don't need to do that anymore. So I'm going to eliminate that and save some weight and some height as well. So where I'm at this point right now, I've got the pieces cut. It's just really a matter of gluing it and nailing it together. I use an air nailer, and I'll just put this on time lapse. While this is playing, I'm going to talk about costs. Again, the lumber was all scrap lumber I had sitting around. If you were to have to buy it, it might be around $20 worth of lumber. I'm not absolutely positive, but that's probably pretty close to a number. After that, my next biggest expense was the actual slides themselves. I bought 28-inch locking slides with 265-pound load capacity. I needed the 28-inch to make sure I cleared the door, and those were just under $58 for the pair. After that, the next biggest expense is the lashing straps. I had 5 of them for this build, so my total was just under $7. Next is the rug. I used about a third of the sheet of the rug. It was $20 for the 6x8 sheet. So I'm rounding up to, I'd say, $7 is my expense on the rug. And next is the strap loops, I guess you call them, the metal ones that are the lashing straps fastened down to. They were, for the 4 I used, it ends up about $6.70 worth. And then the last item was the liquid nails. I just used the Project one. It's really cheap at Home Depot. It's just under $2 a tube, and I used about a tube and a half, so that's $3.50. So that was my total cost. The whole thing, because I didn't have to buy any of the wood, my whole thing was about $81 rounded up. As always, your mileage may vary on these costs, but I did put everything that I can that was worthy of it in links down below for Amazon quick purchases. Here you can see the size difference from my old fridge slide to my new one. Like I said, I'm kind of making this one more custom to fit the actual fridge I have. It's a little bit smaller. Should be a little lighter as well. So my method of putting in the slides themselves is, in this case, they're going on the very bottom. I just simply put them on the bottom wood and then just screwing in the sides. I put 4 screws in. I just got some regular I guess you call them sheet metal screws or whatever, but they got enough teeth to get into the wood. So then once the 2 sides are actual slides are in, then I'll measure exactly in between them and cut my final slide board that's going to just get screwed into the actual slides themselves. Alright, so I've cut the actual slide board to the exact width in between the 2 slides in there. And now all I'm really doing is just applying, or screwing in the slide rail into the edge of that board. And then I can slide it in, and that part will all be done. Alright, the base is just screwed into the sides, so now it's ready to roll. And then it snaps in. Basically, that's all we have to do to have a functional fridge slide. Now I'm going to do some nice things to it. I got to cut some holes for some ventilation, and then I'm going to put carpet on it, and then it's just an install. So the mounting, I ended up just doing 3 new holes, 1 in the front and 2 towards the back, since it's all going to be cantilevering out out from the center of the truck. So the 2 in the back will be more important. Again, I'm just using some old bolts and stuff I have around here that was long enough to go through all this. Just trying to save some money. All right, I've got the box all done, and I did want to cover this one a little bit of carpet. So I bought some of the $20 for a 6x8 foot sheet from Home Depot, just thin carpet. I guess it caught maybe an area rug or something like that. And now I'm just marking it and cutting it. I've got pretty much everything done. Almost the last major step is going to be to glue this carpet onto it on the inside and out. Basically, I've already got it cut, and I'm going to just use some liquid nails and glue it on, and then I'll cut out the holes afterwards. While this is playing, I just got to cover a little bit about how long it took me to do this. To start with, obviously there was always a little bit of planning. I just did that in the evening while I was sitting around. I'd done a couple measurements, so I'm not even sure how long that took. Maybe 20 minutes or something like that, just to write it up. After that, the cutting of the wood, there's probably an average of 2 cuts per piece, and there's like 10 pieces total. It took me a good hour at least. I'm a little bit of a slow person on that. I want to measure 3 times, cut once. And then in the video here, I had it sped up 8 times on the earlier part of this, and the actual construction of putting it together only took about a half an hour. And then the part that's playing right now of doing the carpet was about another half an hour. So all in all, it was only like 3 hours or so of work. I tend to sit and stare at the project every now and then just to see what I'm forgetting, and that kind of stuff. But it was a good probably 3 hours solid work. Of course, there was some time in between where I was letting the glue dry and stuff like that. Alright, as far as how I'm going to strap down the actual refrigerator to the slider itself, I decided to use these little, I don't know what you call them, C-hooks of some sort, kind of like for strapping. I got them at a local hardware store. And I debated whether to do them here or to do them on the ends, because I do have room to do that. And then the ends would make it so I'd have a smooth surface to slide the fridge on and off. But in the end, I decided to do it on the top, because I could run a bolt all the way through and have a nut on the other side instead of just a screw with all that tugging on it. I think that could pull that through that particle board. And this way, with an actual bolt and a nut on here, I don't think anything's I'll never be able to get it too tight that it's going to be able to pull that through. So this time I got some very cheap Thrifty lashing straps. I got like an 8-pack, and they were pretty cheap, not even $2 a piece, I don't think. I'll put a link down below. And this is how basically I'm going to have it strapped in now. I'll just do this on all 4 corners. So this is a view from the inside looking at the bottom, and you'll notice it's actually in 2 boards, not just one solid bottom. That's because I'm trying to be thrifty, and I just use the pieces of wood that I happen to have, and it's plenty strong that way. And then also same thing with the back. There's a couple of boards there. Same thing. I just didn't want to fill it in solid and use a whole bunch of plywood whenever that's really all the support I need. Also, the back, I wanted it to be open so that there's some airflow back there, because that's the end where the compressor is on the refrigerator. All right, here it is, pretty much done and installed, and we've got the slide out. I went ahead, I had so much carpet, and once you open a glue, it's pretty much you got to use it up or throw it away. So I went ahead and put some of the carpet on more spots than I had originally planned. Even at the back side there, I went ahead and just put some scrap pieces in there, so we got a little bit of everywhere. All right, here's the fridge slide all done and installed. Works just like a standard fridge slide. Rolls out. There we are. Got clearance here. The lid goes all the way up. It's open. Just using these standard lashing straps. Nothing special about them. They were pretty cheap, and the latches are pretty small and cheap, but that's really kind of almost what I'm after. I don't need a big giant latch on there. Then to put it back in, you got to press both both the blue tabs of the locks, and it clicks back in. On this one, to get a little bit of lateral support, because I'm going to have some weight on top of this, I did the strap again. This is just another lashing strap. I did a couple of slot holes in the side, about centered, 8 inches from where this is the mount for the baby seat, so that it's more secured, and I just use that because that's fastened in, and it gives it a little bit more lateral support for when there's weight on top of it. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that like button and subscribe. We'll see you on the trail.